Hello, Rokenbokers. Welcome. This is rock teacher, Mr. Rosenfeld from the Howell Road School in Valley Stream, New York. And next week, or in a couple of weeks, our construction club is going to start. And as you can see, we have lots of goodies. Today, I'm going to just give you a little brief tour on how to store the parts that you might have for your classroom. So I'd like to thank my cameraman, my student cameraman, who's helping me out today, because normally I never get on these videos. And anyway, thank you. And I also want to thank the school for giving us another year of being able to do the construction club. So I'm going to give you a tour on how we store everything. And the cool thing is you could see our entire collection because not a single piece has been used for building yet. Everything we have is just ready and raring to go into our builds starting in a couple of weeks. Thank you. What you see here is one very large bin full of beams. And as I pull back a little bit in the classroom, you'll see we have 4 such bins of regular black beams, and they store in these bins. My dark gray beams also are stored in, these are the longer ones, and there's an extra bin of short. Dark gray short beams is in another one, and those are our risers. We also have a bin just for curves, and it's pretty full. These are, not exactly small amounts that we're dealing with. And my half beams are over here, 2 bins just about full. My light grays, which are over here, and in the corner are my small blues and my large blues, all done in, the bins really hold it together, makes it easier for the children to see what we have and how to find it. Now, if you look on our closet, I store them like this. Special road pieces, such as the stairway, the ramps to let them go down, and the pieces that go in the cars to help them slide. These are special for the, what do you call it? Oh, I'm so bad at this. These are what we call the special chutes. So you have a whole bin full of the special chutes, the ones that you could switch direction, and of course the ones that gather balls that fall, rocks that fall from the tower and help them along their way. We also have our long curves, these are our short curves, our long curves, and finally we have a whole bin full of regular straights. The other pieces, the greens go in here, and those are the catwalks. These are the 5x2 signs, elevator and rock lift parts, 2 cases, I guess, of windows and doors, sorted colors, and roofs, regular and the curved roofs. To the right, we have the special ramps, which I always wish you had more ramps, and the little ramp starters, for lack of a better term. A whole bucket full of corbels. Somewhere in there is 1 blue one. Mini chutes and sorters, and 2 bins of those. And finally, on the rock and roadways, we have the circles and the curves, the ones that go in full circle. As we move a little further, as my sink, you see the bins of braces. We have a whole box full of single, we have the corners and the triples. We also have the moving doors, a whole box of those, and the fences and ladders. More bins for the rock and roadway straights, rock and roadway angles. These are the hoppers that tilt over, or that when the truck comes in, when the trucks come in, they can press it, or the monorail presses against it and lets it go. And finally, a whole bin full of boxes. Over here are the deck collections. We have a huge amount of full-size gray, half-size gray, and we have the corners over here. And these are boxes of the half decks, the dark blue full decks, and purple and blue, all the different ones. And you could see they're pretty full. We have a nice selection. Okay, now I am lucky. I have a nice closet situation. So in here is where I keep the different wall segments, and they're in boxes. Some of them, like the plain gray walls, I have more than one box, but we have our scallops, we have our blue, special blues, and whatnot. And in there is the battery bucket and a few other things. Sorry, I almost kicked the bucket there. Over here is where I keep blueprints and plans. I keep them stored in loose leaf so that if anybody needs them, they can easily get to them, and I print out some of the things that are on the website. Okay, if we move over to the sliding closets, this bucket or this bin is full of our vehicles, and if it's a monorail or a truck, it ends up in this box. This bin over here are for special things, your sorters, your auto center, the downovator, and a bunch of other things. The next bin are the towers, the water towers, and the depots, and the monorail special pieces, the switches, the cross monorails, the X pieces, and the crossing gates. That's a whole box full of them. Over here, it's a little darker and harder to see, we keep our cranes and another very large box of the yellow roofs. Over here are the controllers and the base stations, the elevators and rock lifts in that bin, and finally that last big bin on the bottom has about, I'm going to say 12 to 15 conveyors. So all in all, it's a pretty nice collection. It's got a lot of, this is where the bins go, into another closet. And finally, I guess the last piece of this, if I move this out of the way, is going to be, sorry about that, this is where we store things like our barrels, our rocks. We have boxes and boxes of them, special pieces, special angle pieces, special blocks. Those are where the guys vacate when they're having a good time. Special parts such as extra things for the crane and the regular rocks and the gray curves. And finally on the bottom, blue and red blocks. And the S curves are in here, and somewhere in there are the white ones. So hope and the signs and barrels and special pieces are up there too. So a few Rock Juniors to throw in for grins. So that's our collection. That's how we store it. And we hope you enjoyed this little video. And we look for, that's over there. That's all of the Connects. And that's some more boxes. And the Legos are underneath. It's a little hard to see. But this room is really starting with a blank canvas, because starting in a couple of weeks, we begin to build. So thank you for watching. Again, I'd like to thank my 6th grade cameraman who helped me out. And to everybody else, keep building and enjoy. Bye-bye.